The Story of Lazy Jack. Once upon a time, there was a boy whose name was Jack, and he lived with his mother on a dreary common. They were very poor, and the old woman got her living by spinning. But Jack was so lazy that he would do nothing but bask in the sun in the hot weather. His mother could not persuade him to do anything for her, and was obliged at least to tell him that if he did not begin to work for his porridge, she would turn him out to get his living as he could. This threat at length roused Jack, and he went out and hired himself for the day to a neighboring farmer for a penny. But as he was coming home, never having had any money in his possession before he lost it in passing over a brook. "You stupid boy," said his mother. "You should have put it in your pocket." "I'll do so another time," replied Jack. The next day Jack went out again and hired himself to a cowkeeper, who gave him a jar of milk for his day's work. Jack took the jar and put it into the large pocket of his jacket, spilling it all long before he got home. "Dear me," said the old woman, "you should have carried it on your head." "I'll do so another time," said Jack. The following day, Jack hired himself again to a farmer, who agreed to give him a cheese for his services. In the evening, Jack took the cheese and went home with it on his head. By the time he got home, the cheese was completely spoiled, part of it being lost and part matted with his hair. "You silly fellow, you should have tied it with a string and dragged it along after you." "I'll do so another time," said Jack. The next day, Jack hired himself to a butcher, who rewarded his labors by the handsome present of a shoulder of mutton. Jack took the mutton, tied it to a string, and trailed it along after him in the dirt. "You ninny hammer," said she to her son, "you should have carried it on your shoulder." "I'll do so another time," replied Jack. On the Monday, Jack went once more and hired himself to a cattle keeper, who gave him a donkey for his trouble. Although Jack was very strong, he found some difficulty in hoisting the donkey on his shoulders. But at least he accomplished it, and began walking slowly home with his prize. Now it happened that in the course of his journey, there lived a rich man with his only daughter. A beautiful girl, but unfortunately deaf and dumb. She had never laughed in her life, and the doctor said she would never recover till somebody made her laugh. This young lady happened to be looking out of the window when Jack was passing with the donkey on his shoulders. The sight was so comical and strange that she burst out into a great fit of laughter, and immediately recovered her speech and hearing. Her father was overjoyed, and fulfilled his promise by marrying her to Jack, and Jack's mother lived with them in great happiness.